Uh, good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is King speaking. Welcome. This is a soul. I would like to call this one a soul session fire, or rather, a soul session for the financial markets, right? And it's gonna be today. This Sunday, I'm gonna be banning you guys, right? I'm gonna be taking you guys through market analysis, and hopefully, towards the end of the session, you will see what it means to be a great trader. Um, before we can get into today's video, I want to tell you guys something here, right? A lot of you guys, you are watching my videos, right? I'm still new, but you are not subscribing, right? So my goal is for me to hit at least 100 subscribers before the end of this month, right? It's a road to 100 subscribers. So this is what I want you guys to do for me, right? Go to that subscription button, subscribe, right? As soon as I hit 100 subscribers, I'm gonna pick 10 of you guys, and the 10 of you guys that I will pick, I will teach you my strategy from scratch, and I will also show you the ins and outs of the financial markets, right? What I am showing you guys is just a glimpse of what can potentially be, right? Because I have been in this space for quite some time now. I know a lot, guys. I know a lot. And in due time, you will see, because I'm going to be giving you guys analysis and predictions, and you will see how accurate I am, right? I have studied the markets for a very long time, and it's my second nature to know where the pair can potentially go to. I might get stopped out here and there, but knowing the direction, it's something that I am extremely good at, right? So what I need you guys to do for me, just subscribe, and after you have subscribed, in the comment section there, I want you to write I subscribed, right? And then after I hit 100 subscribers, I'm gonna randomly choose 10 of you guys. I will take you guys under my wing, show you everything, right? And that's what I can do for you guys, right? So that is what I wanted. This is what I wanted to tell you guys before I go on with today's session, right? So, Astaleni, let's begin, right? And as I said, this is King speaking. The guy that will take you out of the shackles of poverty. That's me, guys. That is me. I'm about to show you things that you have never seen before. I'm about to also show you how to correctly determine the trend, because that's something that a lot of you guys lack, right? Okay, so let's begin. Today I have six trades, or rather six pairs that I'm going to be looking at, right? It's the EuroCAD, the Euro CHF, the GBP JPY, the GBP CAD, GBP NZD, and gold, right? And I'm going to be going through those pairs with you guys, right? Let's start with the EuroCAD. First of all, right? Uh, I need you guys to do the following. Before you can open up any pair, or rather, let me say, after you've opened up any pair, first of all, you first need to know the direction of the market, right? The direction of the market is the blueprint towards you becoming a profitable trader, right? Because if you do not know where price can potentially go to, how in the world are you going to enter, right? So it is extremely important for you guys to do that. And also, the way I trade, I follow the trend. I do not deviate from the trend, right? because so many of you guys tend to try and be contrarians, and guess what? The market will chow you. Izokukhombisa umhlolo. Izokukhombisa umhlolo. The market, you don't have to be Pablo in the markets, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to be try and be Pablo. You just need to follow the trend. So let's begin. When you look at the EuroCAD, the first thing that I want to do, right? Let me just take off these things. I'll bring them back in, and let's go to the line chart. This is what I usually do first. I try to determine the trend here, right? And I will go and look at my horizontal ray. I have this high there. Let me just do this. All right, I've got this high, I've got this low, right? As soon as price broke this low, right, we had a new high here and a new low, right? Price was in a downtrend, right? And you need to understand something. Price was in a downtrend up until this high here was violated again, right? So as soon as price broke this high, then we were in an uptrend, right? So, and guys, don't worry, I'm gonna at some point, but this is based more on my strategy, how I trade, but at some point I'll explain these things in details, right? So when you look at the weekly, right, we are bullish. So usually before I drop my demand and supply zones, firstly I need to make sure that the weekly and the daily, they are in sync, right? So the weekly needs to be bullish and the daily needs to be bullish. Then I can draw up my supply and demand zones, or rather key areas, only on the weekly or the daily time frame, right? I hope you guys understand that. So the weekly is bullish, right? And the daily is also bullish. You can see we've got this low, we've got a high, we've got low, a high. Price didn't break this low and it didn't break this high. If price had broken, let's say price had decided to do something like this, right? I want you guys to understand, if price had decided to break and close there and retest, then I wouldn't look at this pair, because now the weekly might have been bullish but the daily is now bearish, right? I hope you guys understand this, right? But because price has not broken this low, right, we are still bullish there, right? That's about it. So once I know that the weekly is bullish and the daily is bullish, then I will start marking up my zones, right? And this is exactly what I did. Let me just go back so that you guys can see. Right, there you have it. Then I start marking up key areas and areas of supply and demand. If you can see here, price, this is a key area, right? We have a tap, 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 tap. It's a resist, price broke above there. We are retesting support for a potential what? Push of price to the upside. You see, what I am doing here, I am building a story, and my story needs to make sense. At first, I was like, okay, the weekly is bullish, the daily is bullish, right? So I am looking for buys. Where can I look for buys? At these areas of interest, or at the supply zone, or at the demand zone. But this time around, I can see that we've got an area of interest here, right? And price is sitting at an area of interest. So I am interested in going long there on the lower time frame. Then I go to the daily time frame, right? On the daily time frame, now this is even more interesting. The daily time frame, you have a drop base rally, the break of the market structure, price is coming back into these key areas. You are tapping there, right? And this is a demand zone, so price is about to rally to the upside, right? And this is just me determining the direction of the market and also marking out areas of supply and demand and also key areas. Now I'm gonna go to even a smaller time frame for entries now. Usually I look at the H1 for an entry. Now look at this, right? This is my anticipation, right? So if you can look at this area here, price has already broken structure here. Like you can see, you had this high, push down, price retraced, push down, price retraced, push down, and then price broke the high there, confirming that now we are having a bullish sentiment, right? So all that I am waiting for is price to retrace back into these key areas. Then I will have my first entry, push, retrace, second entry, push, retrace, third entry. And the nice thing about these guys is if you follow my analysis carefully, you will realize that most of the time when price gets into the areas that I have uh, highlighted, right, price just reacts from those areas, right? And the reason for this entry is that we have got a left head and a right shoulder, so we can potentially push up there, right? So that is the analysis for the euro CAD, right? And let's see what happens on Monday and Tuesday. And of course, on Wednesday, I'll come back for a recap. Remember, this is a series. Now I am on episode 2. I had episode 1 last week, whereby we crushed the markets. We had 6 wins and only 1 loss. You can go back there and you will check. It's written midweek series episode 1, right? That's it for the EuroCAD. And then I have Euro CHF. Euro CHF is the same thing, right? If you look at the weekly time frame, we are bullish, right? The weekly is bullish. The daily is bullish. Like I don't even have to explain why this thing is bullish. You can clearly see, guys, that price is just moving up here. Price is moving up. So why would you want to go the opposite, right? There's it's really like so many of you guys, you are complicating this thing, right? And this is why you lose so much money. You try to be the smart money, you try to sell where the smart money sells. And I am like, if price action says up, why don't you look for the areas where smart money once entered when they were going with the price? Not you trying to be a contrarian, not you trying to sell at the top there. Because this is quite clear. If you look at this area here, this area, right? This area is clear that there was big institutional order flow here. Like there was big institutions who were trying to buy here, right? There is a lot of buyers seated here, right? And what better way to fuse that with the trend, right? Unlike you trying to predict this top there and try to sell there. I think it's best that you just wait for price to come back into these areas of interest, and then you go long. You go with the big guys, right? So the weekly is bullish, the daily is bullish, and the 4 hour is also bullish, right? And so what I'm gonna be waiting for here, it's quite simple. It's like, guys, if you follow how I am trading, it's the same thing over and over again, right? The only thing that I'm going to be waiting for price to do is for price to push and come to this area of demand, which is a drop base rally, right? And I will wait for price to push there, break, retest. I'll have an M5 entry and bob is your anchor, right? And I also have GBP JPY. GBP JPY, it's the same thing. I'm not sure if you guys can recall on last week's session, I spoke of GBP JPY. I said that I wanted to buy GBP JPY as soon as it gets into this area, right? And the reason for that was simple, the same thing over and over and over again. The weekly, let me just wait for this to load. The weekly is up, it's bullish. You can see, guys, it's not like it doesn't take even a 2-year-old can tell you that this thing is going up. That's how simple this thing is. All right, the weekly is bullish. The daily is also bullish, right? We have broken this area, so I'm anticipating price to push back up, and the H4, right? So last week I spoke about this, right? I said I wanted to buy as soon as price reached this area. But you need to understand something, guys. Just because I said I want to buy as soon as price comes here, comes to this area of interest, it does not necessarily mean that I'm just gonna buy there. I will wait for a confirmation entry. But price just went through this area, right? But that does not necessarily mean that because I said I wanted to buy here, now this area has been invalidated. No, you need to understand something. This area that I was looking at, I'm not the only one who's looking at it. There's thousands and thousands of retail traders looking to buy at this very same area that I have highlighted, this area here, right? So what do the big guys do? They will push price first, take out everyone. Then after everyone has been convinced that price is about to flow to the downside, then they can bring price back up and push up, right? This is why I am patiently waiting for price to do something like this. Let me just show you guys. Push back up, retest, and buy. And these are the types of setups that I like the most, because not only am I going with the flow of the big guys, I know that so many retail traders have been stopped out here. So these are types of trades that I like, because it gives me enough confidence to enter these types of trades, because I know that stop hunts have taken place here. So many retail traders have been taken out because of they just wanted to buy here. Some even had buy limits here and stop losses there. They didn't really, they were not patient enough to wait for the markets to tell them where and how, like to tell them where it wants to go, right? So that's it, and I'm just gonna be waiting for that, guys. And the fourth one, it's gonna be GBP CAD. It's the same thing. The weekly is going up, it's bullish, right? The daily is also bullish, and this is gonna be a lovely setup, and we are seated inside a daily demand zone, right? If you can pay attention to this, right? This is a drop base rally. Price has reacted there. I still think that the market will push up until these areas there, right? And as soon as we have highlighted that, all that I'm going to be waiting for under the H1 is a break of the market structure. So basically what I'm just going to be waiting for is for price to push back up, because this is the high that broke this low. So the trend was bearish from this point to this point. So as soon as price breaks and closes above, the trend is no longer bearish. Now it's bullish because it broke this high that broke this low there, right? So I'm gonna just wait for price to break above, retest, buy, break above, retest, buy, and my TP will be on my H1 supply zone, right? And that's it. That's it for GBP CAD. And I have here my GBP NZD, right? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Same thing. It's like the same thing over and over again, right? The trend is bullish on the weekly, right? You can see that we've managed to break these highs. The trend is it's going up. It's bullish, right? The daily is also bullish. Then you go to the 4-hour. You can see that we have had resistance which turned into support. Then we had support, we pushed price further up, right? And you can clearly see that this area is key, because this is the area where price broke and closed above, and this was the area where this area here, this was the area where there was a shift of the market. We were bearish, right? We were moving bearish. Then price broke above, came and retested your demand here, right? Pushed back up. So I want price now to come retest this smaller demand, and then we'll be anticipating more buys, right? And last but not least, gold. It's the same setup. It's the same setup, right? But I'm gonna be a bit aggressive with gold, because usually what I would do, I would want to enter at the break of this high, right, for a change of the market structure. But because of the experience that I have with gold, I know that it tends to do this, like most of the time, right? I want and let me just show you guys this. If you can see clearly, gold is bullish, right? We've broken highs here. The weekly is bullish. Um, the daily is quite bullish, right? And then we are we are seated at a very key area here. This is your drop base rally. This is a demand zone which broke that high there. So I'm anticipating gold to continue to push to the upside up until these areas there, right? So in terms of my entry, I'm just gonna wait for price to push back up, retest, buy, push back up, retest, buy, push back up, buy, and my TP will be there, right? And don't forget, I have a 1:2 RR. It's fixated. So my entries, just because I have an ultimate take profit of there, it does not necessarily mean that my TP is gonna be there. It's just 1:2 RR, right? I do have other accounts, of course, that I use for swing trading and stuff like that. Those are the ones that I hold for days, but my big account usually is just a 1:2 RR, right? Okay, now there's something that I want to show you here with gold, right? So gold had something like this there, and price pushed, right? right? Price pushed nicely there. Then we have something like this, right? I'm anticipating price to push also. So what I am trying to tell you guys is that um, it's 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 pattern recognition and repetition of pattern, right? So what transpired here, right? Let me just highlight this. I'm anticipating it to transpire here, right? Of course, not exactly the same, but we are about to have some bullish power coming into the markets next week, right? But remember, guys, uh, these are markets, right? These are markets. Uh, you have to be extremely patient. If price right now just decides to let me just say it just decides to not move as I have anticipated, what I will do personally, sorry about that. Okay, so as I was saying, right, if price, right, decides to react off of this and it just starts pushing down, I'm not gonna entertain the gold buys. I'm just gonna wait, because you need to understand something, right? Price can still push back down here, right, and then it goes back up. Then that's when I will entertain the bias that I had, right? So that's that's it for 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 the week ahead, right? I have six my top six here: EuroCAD, EuroCHF, GBP, JPY, GBP CAD, GBP NZD, and gold. And I am anticipating some lovely potential trades, right? Now, this is it, guys. As I said, do not forget to start subscribing. I'm gonna be taking 10 of you guys under my wings, where you will go through. I will break you, right? In terms of forex, I will break you from the ground. I will break you to the ground and build you from the ground up, right? So what I am planning to do is to have 10 people, right, that I'm gonna really train. And as soon as you guys I have trained, then I can expand, right? I can expand, because I can only know that I am a great trader if I have got people that are profitable on my side, right? So that's the ultimate plan, right? And this is me, guys, your king. And I'm just gonna do the last bit of my video, which is trading psychology, right? And this is something that I speak of on a day-to-day basis, right? And today I just want to talk about a topic that is extremely sensitive, uh, something that I also went through, right? I experienced when I was starting out, and that is depression in the financial markets, right? Depression in forex. I think this is rather a topic that a lot of people do not talk about, and it's very important, because your mental health is extremely important, right? So now, one of the things that I've always wanted to talk about is depression, right, in the financial space. And the reason for that is the following, guys. I want you guys to to do the following, right? When you are starting out in this industry, just make sure that you don't tell a lot of people, right? You just have to make sure that you do not tell a lot of people, because once you start telling people that this is what I am doing, right, you are placing unnecessary pressure on yourself. Because as a South African, right, you guys know, once you tell people that I am in the Forex space, the first thing that they think of is how much money are you making, right? And because of how prideful you guys are, you will start lying. Some of you will start lying. Some of you will start showing people your demo account. Some of you will start showing people that one trade that you were lucky in. Maybe you took that that 100 rands to 1,000. You see, so you create unrealistic expectation of what this industry is about to serve you, right? And what happens is that you will get that first luck where you take the 100 to 1,000, right? But then, but then, no, nobody truly knows that after that, because let me just explain this. After you take that 100 to 1,000, after that is the learning curve. That's where the real learning begins, because you will blow that account, right? And that's where now, because you have told people now, ukuthi mina ngizothenga ilo, ngizothenga i-pants within 2 years or within 6 months. And now reality kicks in. The real space now, the real FX space kicks in and shows you flames. And this is when now your mental health is gets disturbed now. And this is when depression hits, because you created unrealistic expectations. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if you are new into this space, shut the hell up, man. Shut the hell up. You know nothing. You know nothing. You're still new. You're still about to experience how the space is like, right? So I think it's so important for you guys to be patient, right? And also trust in the process. Just trust in the process, because trust me, you are in for a long ride, right? So this is what I wanted to talk about. Hopefully this was a fire session for you guys. And this is King speaking, and I am out. Have a fruitful one. Peace.